everybody had a desire to do a bigger and better movie. And everybody started pushing each other. And Sam would I think, agree with me that he allowed all of them in very early on because he wanted their input. And I think once that started to happen, we suddenly felt, okay, we've got something. We were getting a story, which was the important thing. But the desire to make it, to go to more places, to get more texture and color and atmosphere into the movie more than we'd had in Skyfall, because we were quite, London-based, which was nothing wrong with. It's great. It was great that though it was. We wanted to sort of expand it, explode it, and that once that started to happen, we stopped thinking about Skyfall. We started thinking about this.
The reasons I'm doing a second Bond movie are the reasons I would do any movie, really, which is all to do with the story. If it's a story you feel like you have to tell, then you end up doing it, really. And that's what's happened here. It's partly that I felt a kind of ownership of the characters a little bit from Skyfall. So I felt like, I'd initiated Rafe as M and Naomi as Moneypenny and Ben Whishaw as Q. And I wanted to tell their stories, the next stage of their stories, really, because you spend so much time in Skyfall just setting them up as characters. But this movie takes them into further into their own stories and develops them as characters much, much more.
Daniel has given a whole new lease of life to Bond. I mean, it seems to me, there have been great Bonds all the way through. They've all had great qualities, but I would say that Daniel's own sort of intensity, interior intensity, alongside an extraordinary physical presence and physical expressiveness, that's made this a very high definition Bond. And I've been given a sneak preview of a few scenes by Sam, and I'm blown away by the sort of way Daniel inhabits this character that, for lots of people back in the 70s was, a fun, friendly, escapist. Actually, I don't want to compare, but every Bond has had great charm or wit or whatever. But I think why this is still current is that Daniel has got something very current about him.
There's a real intelligence to the film. I think it addresses issues that are going on in the film, and it's very timely. I think you're going to get really amazing performance again from Daniel, and it's a big cast in this movie. I think there's a whole plethora of really, really wonderful actors in it. So I think there's a huge amount to be enjoyed there. You've got incredible set pieces. The production design is amazing. So you get intelligence, you get entertainment, and you get a little bit of wit, and you get a real sense of humanity.
I think it's going to be they're going to be surprised by the film, and. It has all we used to love from the previous Bond films, but it's new at the same time. It's more. There's more. Yeah, it's darker. It's more complex. Even like Daniel as Bond is more tangible, and we really have, I think, empathy for him.
I really think Bond is a very prominent element in our culture, which is interesting. Really, the way, and how did that come about? Certainly not by Ian Fleming's ingenious creation, but somehow the Broccoli family managed to really mold, and I really do not use that word, but in this instance it is, to say the least, justified, iconic element of our Western culture.
When we did Casino, we ignored everything. We didn't have a queue. We didn't have the scene in the workshop. Everybody was going nuts about the fact we didn't have any gadgets. It's all, But I was always in the back of my mind very confident if things continued that we'd sort of be able to reintroduce them. And by Sam coming in and doing Skyfall and casting Ben as Q and Naomi as Moneypenny. Suddenly you've got these great actors that were there, and a new M, and you've got to take advantage of that. So I'm hopeful that the way we've done it is that we've kind of refreshed it and made it for new eyes. And those people who know their Bond movies will see what we've done, but those people who haven't seen our Bond movies will enjoy the kind of the game, the gags that we're doing.